Hey there, it's Polly here, outside of a fish and chip shop, as is a custom amongst my people. Sort of a tea talk. I don't have tea, but I'm waiting for my tea, hence the fish and chip shop. But I've been reading some rules by a very traditional board war gaming company. You know the sort. It's split into numbered paragraphs, section 7.4.1.3, and it's as dry as just the driest text. I'm actually having a huge amount of time reading it, and it's like, I actually kind of read rules for pleasure. I go to a huge amount of work for the channel, reading stuff to review for you guys. It makes me no money, but you know, I'm doing it. I'm kind of, you know, sort of the trans voice in gaming. I'm trying to do stuff, but oh my god, this is agony. But for those of you who've been through some of the more traditional gaming, it's interesting because if you remember War Games Research Group rules, they were tedious in another way. They were written in torturous legalese to an extent where it's almost impossible to figure out what the hell they were trying to say. You had to comb through this stuff and it's like, what the hell do they mean? If this, then that, except under these conditions, unless this, except that. You'd literally have to write out, shut up, you have to actually write out if-then statements. It's like, so, this, only if this and this and this, changes to that, if this, unless that. Yeah. So, and again, dry but now confusing. And it's interesting because the first rules were done by luminaries like Donald Featherston, Charles Grant and so on, and I've mentioned this before on the channel. They're a cracker of a good read. The person that did the rules is actually taking you on a journey. They love a history period and they love games and they want that to just absolutely shine through the book. So they're trying to show you why they love this and just how much joy it's given them, and they want you to have that joy. So often the books kind of take you on a bit of a journey. They're intermingled with stories, anecdotes, bits of historical writing, and so on, just to liven them up and take you on the journey. Now, there are one or two people who still sort of have this skill. Sam Mustafa, his rule books for miniatures, which therefore are potentially kind of a dry thing to read, they're excellent because they have that liveliness, they mix the details. Hopefully I've done the same in my rules like Bushidan and the up-and-coming Hey-Ho, because there's stories and tales and, you know, we keep it lively. But it is interesting. When writing rules, oh audience, bear in mind that some poor bastard is going to actually have to read these, and their enjoyment of the rules is going to be a huge factor in how well they retain them, what their reading experience of them is, and whether they recommend them to others. If you're doing something out of love, and most of our games are written out of love because no one's really making much money out of these, yeah, communicate the love. Think about that first of all, would be my writing advice to anyone doing a rule set. Show us the love. Show us why you're doing this and make us a partner in the joy. All right, let's go see if the fish and chips are ready.